This 14-day-old Porsche Cayenne has come in. Already got some scratching when it was collected from the dealers. So we're going to do a correction. How far we're going to go, we don't know yet. When it's all clean, and as you can see, it's going through the first stages of its cleaning process, and then we'll check it all over. Once it's dry and clean, we'll get the lights on it and have a look how bad it is. So we'll see you on the next one. Right, here's the new Porsche Cayenne. As we stand, or how we stood on Saturday, it was 14 days old, and we're just going to have a look round and see some of the issues. There's marks in the paint there. There's general wash scratches all over the car. Here, where it's been unpacked, let's just see if I can get the light on better. Don't know if you can see them marks in the trim. That's in the window trim from the unpacking. And then at the side of it, there's loads of scratching all the way around. These are all over the car, but looking at where the car's been unpacked, you can see that the clarity of the paint's terrible. It's really dull. There's some marking in the paint already there, and this trim is absolutely disgusting. I mean, you know, this is a brand new car, you know, and it's come out of the dealership with these marks in. The car hasn't been washed since it was purchased, so apart from us washing it, and we didn't create them. And these are the issues I found when it came from the dealership. And basically, the finish is not good at all. Generally, when these cars come from Porsche, they're a lot better than this. But as you can see by the flares on the light, you know, and there's some deep scratches around this area. See if the light can catch them. I mean, on camera this is probably looking a lot better than it does from the naked eyes, but the amount of marks that are all over the car, you know, and the bonnet, I mean, it's had something pulled up and down it. There's what look like flashing marks in the paint. I mean, I don't know how much these cars are new, but they've got to be 50,000 quid. And to collect a car and find some of the issues that this has got, I don't think it's very clever. You know, there's blemishes in the paint all over the place. You know, and the finish is terrible. You know, yes, it looks glossy in here, but it looks frosty. The whole paintwork looks frosty. There's no clarity in the lighting whatsoever, in the reflection of the lights. So I'm going to set about, you know, it's probably only going to need 2 stages of polish. So I suppose I better get on with it and try to make it look like a new car. I mean, you'd expect everything to be nice and clear. You know, there's scratches in the plastics, in this light bar. Yeah, it's not good. Not good at all. But I've got it for a week, so I better get on and start getting it looking somewhat like a new car. So I'll see you on the next one, and it should start to improve. I'll see you later. Just a quick 50-50 to show the difference after the first cut on the rear bumper. Probably doesn't show up as well on camera, but it's a lot cleaner, more reflective. Just finishing the tailgate. Starting to look nice and crisp. You just watched me do the first set of the first cut polishing. It's only having a 2-stage polish, but I'm using quite an heavy mid-range compound and matching pad. There's quite a lot of defects in this paint. I'm trying to get rid of some of the orange peel, so I'm trying to mow it down as best I can. So that's the first set of about 3 sets. I'm going to wipe it off now, check the paint, and then I'll repeat that process about 3 times before we move on to another section, and we'll go through the bonnet and all the panels exactly the same. Once I'm happy that we've got it down, I'll check for the marks that the compound's left and then remove them accordingly. It's only supposed to be a 2-stage, but if there's any heavy marks, I'll knock it down with a fine and medium paste before doing a finishing. So once I've got the bonnet all mowed down, I'll check it all over, do anything that needs to get it level, and then I'll show you the process of the finishing. So I'll probably be using a rotary, well I know I will, I'll be using a rotary and a soft pad for the finishing, and get the gloss level up. So I'll show you a bit more later. See you later. I've now had a couple of cuts at this bonnet. Now I'll show you a bit later. There's a few defects still in this bonnet, which makes me believe that this bonnet's been repainted at the factory. It must have had something wrong with it and it's gone in for rectification, because the defects are actually like pinholes that are going down into the lacquer. Now they look too deep to flat out, so I'm not going to attempt. I took as much of it out as I can during the cutting process, and now I'm going to start the actual finishing process. Now, using Men's Earner 3800, I've put an oversized pad. It's bigger than the backing plate, so that when I get to the curves, there's no actual pressure from the pad, but I can use the curves of this to safely go across the contours without fear of putting any real pressure and burning through, and that's the reason I'm using it. So I'll just do a small section to show you. This is a rotary machine, not an orbital, and here we go. Might as well start here, as good as anywhere. Now I'll see if I can show you It's going to be difficult, this is, because I'm going to have the camera the wrong way around for me to see, but if I can show you, you'll be able to see that I've diminished the polish down till it starts rainbowing, which means there's only the oil left. So once the oil is removed and then we panel wipe it, we'll have no fear of any holograms. I'll be going over the sections again anyway, because I overlap on we break it down into sections. But as you can see, the gloss levels have come up, you know, just with that short polish. We'll be going over it a couple of times, you know, 2 or 3 times. Like I say, when I do this section, I'll overlap there. When I do that section, I'll overlap back. And then at the end, we'll go over the whole section again. And that'll lift the gloss levels up. It'll make sure there's going to be no paste or any marks from the previous polishing left in the paint, which will show up in the sunlight as holograms. And that's something we don't want. We're supposed to be professionals, so you know, we want it a professional finish so that the clarity is there, even in bright sunlight, where you normally see lots of marks on a car in the sunlight. So there you have it. That's the process we're using on every panel. It's just easier to show you on this panel, you know, because it's easier for me to film. I'm not the best at filming, as you well know, but you know, I'm just trying to give you some idea of what we do, you know, to try and create nice finishes. I mean, I'm not going for concourse on this car. It's you know, it's a school run car. It's just the finish from the factory was terrible, and they want it to look nice. We're going to put ceramics on it. I would imagine, well, I know that I'm going to use the Signature Pro from Ultimaxx, titanium based ceramic. Instead of SiO2, it's TiO2, and it'll give it a 5-year coating. You know, it'll last, and make it easier for us to maintenance wash. So there we have it. I'll show a bit more as we go around the car, but I've been that busy lately, I haven't done a lot of filming, so you know, it gives me an opportunity to try and practice to get better. You know, and obviously I'm talking to you with half my head cut off, so you know, it's one of them. So there we have it. I'll see you on the next one, and thanks for watching, and I hope that it's giving you an insight, because that's what it's all about. Right then, see you later. From the factory. Not from the factory. Good afternoon to you. Right, we're now in the position where the polishing is finished, and I've spent the last hour making sure all the panels are clean, wiped down with panel wipe, and as you can see, we've managed to get a finish that's better than it come out the factory anyway. Actually does look like the new car it's supposed to be. Before I start coating it today with the ceramics, I'm sealing the windows and made sure they was clean, and I've put the coating on. I'm just waiting for that to go off, and this will seal the glass and give some pretty impressive rain protection. Windscreens had 2 coats, So before I start coating the rest of the panels, I shall be getting the glass finished. Make sure that they're squeaky clean, but it's looking good, as you'd expect it to be, else they wouldn't be bringing the car to be done. I could have gone a lot further with a bit more wet flatting, you know, and flat some of the orange peel out, but because the car is just going to be a daily and not a show car, this is all they wanted. Personally, I'd have taken it back to Porsche and asked them to do it, but when they spoke to them about the condition of the paintwork, they wasn't really interested. I suppose once you've paid for it, they're not that bothered, but I'm sure she's going to be pleased when she comes to pick this up on Saturday. So now I'm just waiting for the windows to go off. I'll do them, and then later on we'll start applying the ceramics, and I'll show you the car after that's done. But it's been a few days of hard graft as usual, but because it's brand new and there wasn't no real deep scratches to deal with, it's not been that hard really to get it up to a nice finish. So on schedule, as they say, which is unusual for my jobs because normally they run over. There is no schedule. Anyway, I'll see you later, and I'll show you some more. Hello, good afternoon to you. We now finished the Porsche Cayenne. We've coated the car with Ultimaxx Signature Pro TiO2 ceramic coating. We've used G-Technic wheel armour on the wheels. We've done really, it's supposed to have been a two-stage polish, but it's had a little bit more than that. It's had lots of sets really to try and cut down on some of the orange peel, and it had a really frosty look to it, and not a lot of reflection. So we've now finished it, and I have to say the car now looks like the new car it should do. If it was mine, I'd be pleased, I'm sure. That the doctor's going to love the car. I mean, she's only actually had it for a week, so you know, this will be like presenting the new car to her again for the second time. Only this time it actually looks like a new car. Blowing my own trumpet a bit, of course, but as you can see, it all looks lovely. There isn't a lot I can say about it really. I mean, it just looks good. Windows are sealed with rain protection, 5-year paint protection from the Ultimaxx ceramics. Wheels protected, and it's ready to be returned to the owner on Saturday. Well, I thought I'd just give you a glimpse of the difference a week can make. And if you've been following this series of videos, well, thank you very much. Comments are always welcome and appreciated. I know there's a lot of people who follow my work regular, and it is appreciated. So there we have it. And coming soon, I'll perhaps show on another video what we'll be working on. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.